Congratulations. Now, listening to the free throw shooting, that is outstanding. And I know that I talk to a lot of coaches these days and say great shooters are a lost art, that kids don't spend time working on their shot. I know we've got some young people out here that would love to be great shooters. What do you advise? I know you teach some shooting classes. What do you tell them about how to be a great shooter?
Well, I think, you can talk about technique and you can talk about a lot of different things, but one of the main things, and I talk about shooting when I talk to young people, is two things really, is footwork and preparation. Most people think shooting really starts from the waist up, your form, where's your elbow, your follow through, all those different things, but most of the time when kids catch the ball, they're not balanced, they're not, they're shooting off balance, or they're not prepared when they catch it. Most kids start their preparation after the ball hits their hands. And the really good shooters, if you watch them, great shooters like a Ray Allen or a Kyle Korver or guys like that, as soon as that ball hits their hands, man, they got their feet ready, they're balanced, they're ready to go and get rid of the ball, and it's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, I love watching Ray Allen, it's the same release every time, it's the repetition, you can tell, gets into the gym a lot and does a lot of shooting. So, you mentioned the journey to Georgia Tech and what that was like coming from a small town. What brought you to Atlanta? What did you like about this city that made you want to come and play here?
Well, truth be told, I really wasn't planning on coming to Georgia Tech. I was recruited by most of the Oklahoma schools, Kansas State, who had a legendary coach, and Jack Hartman at the time, but the rules were different back then. And Georgia Tech had come, either Bobby Crimmins or one of his assistants had come to watch me play 17 times my senior year in high school. That's not an easy trip if you've ever been to Enid, Oklahoma. You have to fly to Oklahoma City, drive another couple hours, get to Enid, and so I felt like I at least owed them a visit to go look at the school, and I came, and I don't know, it just clicked. Everything I was looking for in a school. It was a great academic institution. I didn't go to college with any aspirations of being an NBA player, so I wanted to make sure I got a great education. And Tech at that time, joined the ACC, which back in the early 80s, there was no question of what was the best basketball conference in the country, and chance to get to play at North Carolina and Duke and Maryland and Virginia, and it was just something I couldn't turn down, plus the fact that Tech was so bad, I knew I'd get to start as a freshman.
Lots of minutes available there, right?
Exactly.
Yes, you do have to take that into consideration. You've spent a great deal of time, obviously, in the NBA. Who would you say is the best player you've ever had to face, and why?
Well, I think it's pretty easy. Michael Jordan. I actually got to play against Michael in college. I got to play with him, on a Pan American team, and then unfortunately had to play him in the pros many, many times in the playoffs. But it was just incredible. It seemed like no matter how good you play, he was able to take it to another level. And we had some great teams at Cleveland, and we could never quite get over the hump against the Bulls.
So the great debate that's going on now, Michael, LeBron?
Well, having played in the NBA and having played against Michael Jordan, I'd have to say he's the greatest, but they're really not the same player. I don't think it's a really a good comparison. Michael was just purely a scorer. He was just, if you wanted to score, he was the guy. LeBron just does so many different things. He can wear so many different hats on the basketball floor. So I think it's kind of unfair to compare them because they're not really the same kind of player.
As you adjust to different levels of basketball, whether it's going from high school to college or college to the pros, what's your mentality when you get to a new level? What is the thing for maybe some of these young high school players that will go to college? How do you get to the next level and have success immediately or put yourself in position to do that like you did?
Well, particularly for me, being small, at each level, the guys you played against were bigger, faster, stronger. I thought I had a pretty quick release on my jump shot, and I'll never forget, after my rookie year in Cleveland, we had our postseason meetings, and Lenny Wilkins, who was our coach, I said, what do you think I need to work on the most, Coach, over the summer? And he said, you need to keep getting quicker with your release on your shot. And It took me aback at first, but then I really kept working on it, you know, because, you know, you really do. You got to keep getting better and better at every area of your game. But even though I was a good shooter already, there was room for improvement. And I think that was kind of always my mentality is, how can I get better? What can I get better? What can I learn from other players, coaches, to make me better?
Yeah, being coachable, very important. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.